What if I was to tell you your shoes are messing up your feet, your knees, your back, and even the way you walk? And the simple way to fix it is just by taking them off. So this video is all about how I've been wearing barefoot shoes for the last year and a bit more, and how I'm never freaking going back to normal shoes. So let's face it, normal shoes look really nice. Like, who doesn't love a good Nike shoe? But they're doing a lot more harm than we actually realize. When we actually walk in these pillow-like shoes, we're not actually getting the biofeedback we need when we're striking our heel into the floor, which is not a very healthy way to walk, by the way. Anyways, we're unable to know how hard we're actually driving our foot into the ground. So again, we're trained to push harder and harder into the ground so we can actually get that feedback to our brain. But that additional pressure we're putting on our body is then messing up our knees, our back, and all of the other things to compensate for what we're doing. Like, I was 21 when I started wearing barefoot shoes, and dude, I was walking like a freaking duck for my entire life. I was getting body pain. Like, it's not supposed to happen at my age. Like, what the heck? And to fix this problem, I bought this exact shoe over a year ago and literally just decided to wear them every single freaking day. Probably not the best decision because I didn't transition over to them, but oh well. Anyways, these bad boys have zero drop, meaning they're completely flat. They are stupidly flexible. They have a wide toe box. They don't have arch support, and they have minimal padding and cushion. So basically, all this shoe is more or less doing is if I walk around and there's a rock on the ground, it's not going to puncture and destroy the heck out of my foot. It's just gonna hit this bad boy. And other than that, I'm more or less walking barefoot. So here's the thing everyone really wants to know. Like, would you recommend it? Are you going to continue? I'm definitely going to continue, but there is good and bad stuff associated with this. Let's start off with the good stuff though. So for starters, like, my foot, I don't know what it is, but I just feel so much stronger. Like, I'm actually able to feel every part of my foot instead of it just feeling like a freaking cloud. My toes are a lot stronger. Like, I can root them into the ground, and I just overall feel more stable when I'm moving around. At the same time, they've also made me start caring more about my feet. So I like to go rock climbing, for example, but rock climbing shoes are super bad for your feet. They just like crumple them in and try to squish them as hard as possible. I ended up getting these guys instead. I got a couple weird looks, but I'm not allowed to climb bare feet because for some reason people think that's disgusting, which makes no sense because like your hands and feet are not very different. They both freaking sweat. But anyways, it makes sure that I'm keeping myself accountable of having healthy feet and walking properly. And finally, I'm just more likely to actually go real barefoot in the park like I am right now and actually ground myself with the earth. Before, wasn't really doing it. Now I am. By the way, grounding or earthing is more or less seeing your body as a battery, and essentially the earth is like an electromagnetic charge, and it's charging us up whenever we actually touch it, skin to earth. Also, a little side added bonus, if you want freaking huge calves, or much bigger than you have at least right now, like these will give it to you. Trust me. But of course, with everything, there's always compromises that you have to deal with. And if you're like me and decided to just throw yourself in with doing very minimal research, yeah, like not having that transition period kind of added a bunch of stress to my calves and everything around there. I don't have the best dorsiflexion, meaning like, actually, how would I explain this? You can just see what I mean. That's easier. But anyways, so like that's really essential when you're actually walking, and various other things that kind of just have added up tension on my general legs. So I'm starting to get massages on a weekly basis. And not to mention, again, I am definitely building everything up. And then I still have some pain when walking around, mainly on pavement, probably just because it's a very hard surface, and especially when I'm in a rush, I resort back to my kind of fast, really long stride walking pattern that I literally have been doing for like 20 plus years of my life. So yeah, like even this far in, I'm still learning and still changing my habits and behaviors. So yeah, like it's not the easiest thing in the world. So basically, would I do it again? 100% it is such a good decision, but I would change a couple things. One, I would do a transition period, and I will link a video from my friend Laura down below in the description. Then I would start wearing toe socks ASAP, because normal socks are kind of, again, like kind of pillows, squishing and putting a little bit force so our toes can't splay out. That would be a sick ass idea, and a video from my friend Kyle, I'll link that down below, talking all about that. And then finally, like, you don't need to buy barefoot shoes. I would say a good first start is just starting to go more barefoot without socks on a daily basis. In your house, even when you go to the park, just go in the grass a little bit and kind of try to hang out barefoot. I would say that's a good start, but if you're gonna go right to buying shoes, like I've personally used Vivo Barefoots throughout the majority of my experience. I wanna start exploring with other brands, like there's Earth Runner sandals that I think are just super cool. I wanna try out, but explore. But yeah, like if you go with Vivo, it's again good, but quite expensive. Anyways, so it's safe to say that barefoot shoes have literally been one of the best additions to my life to date. But if you wanna know the best purchase that I've made so far, it's definitely this Oura Ring here. It has literally improved the heck out of my sleep and like my cognitive performance, my focus. I just feel freaking good every single day. And if you're interested in that, I made a video up here about my experience after wearing it for a year and various tips that you can add to your life. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.